So after George Kambosos' win over Jake Wiley, he is now next in line for a shot at the IBF super lightweight title against Richardson Hitchins. And George Kambosos once again being gifted a title opportunity that he doesn't deserve. Surprise, surprise, but no, honestly, it's just not on, in my opinion, why Kambosos is always being gifted these opportunities. He looked absolutely awful against Jake Wiley. He was literally humiliated in that fight, George Kambosos. And, I've seen loads of people saying Kambosos is washed. Kambosos isn't washed, in my opinion. He's just never been that great in the first place. He's never, ever bloody been all that. But, he's been the, unified world champion, all that, all credit to him. But that win over Tio was a massive fluke for him, if we're being completely honest here. And, look, Hitchins is really lucky here that he's been given this George Kambosos fight. I mean, why is he not fighting Subriel Matias? I don't understand. But Hitchins is ducking Matias. That is clear to see as well. Hitchins is a duck. Simple as that. Fight Matias or try and unify the belts. Like, why are you fighting George Kambosos? He's not even number one in the IBF. It's just a waste of time. And George Kambosos just can't handle it up at 140 anyway. I mean, he was barely able to handle the guys at, 135 and be a top guy there. Like, at 140, he can't take the power. It was clear when he was fighting Jake Wiley. If George Kambosos is in against any other of the top guys in this super lightweight division, he gets absolutely starched, in my opinion. And, Hitchins is going to completely school and outbox Kambosos. That's obvious to see. And you never know, it might actually overwhelm him and stop him as well. Look, I just think for Kambosos, being given another opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, honestly, his managers bloody got him on a bloody good deal, haven't they? Because honestly, I mean, the Devin Haney fights, yes, he was champ. The rematch, he somehow got a rematch against Devin Haney when he hadn't even successfully defended his titles once. And also the rematch was in Australia, which made no sense at all. This isn't even my first time complaining about this. Like, I've been moaning about how Kambosos gets gifted everything in his favor for bloody years now, honestly. Then he got the Loma fight for the IBF title. Again, a shot that Kambosos didn't even deserve. But he managed to get that in Australia as well, somehow. And now, obviously, coming up for winning against Jake Wiley, he's now bloody got himself another world title shot. How? I mean, he was in this position after losing to Lomachenko, and then even if he didn't beat Jake Wiley, he was meant to fight Jordan anyway. A win over either then which he got over Jake Wiley got him into a bloody title shot against Richardson Hitchins. Kambosos is one delusional guy as well. I mean, honestly, he looked absolutely shocking yesterday against Jake Wiley. Like, it was not a good performance whatsoever. And, Jake Wiley was able to expose a lot of things, and Kambosos couldn't handle the power. Kambosos just wasn't able to get into the rhythm he wanted to. I think the weight is too much for him as well, as I've been saying. And it's clear Richardson Hitchins is a duck as well, because why wouldn't you take the easy payday for George Kambosos when he's obviously going to win? Take that first easy title defense. That's what Hitchins is doing instead of fighting Subriel Matias. They can make that a big fight in Puerto Rico as well, Hitchins and Matias. Like, why is that fight not happening? Stop ducking Hitchins. Like, it's an absolute joke. Fight Matias or unify the belts. Fight Gary Russell. Fight Pulo. But again, Richardson Hitchins ain't gonna bloody do that though, is he? Because he's ducking. He knows Kambosos will be easy work, so of course he'll take the fight. Eddie Hearns weaseled Kambosos into a title shot, and somehow Kambosos is really high up in the IBF, which makes absolutely zero sense. I mean, a good fight for Kambosos would be bloody Liam Parrow. That's the good fight. It's a huge fight in Australia that they can make. Kambosos and Liam Parrow, do that. I mean, Kambosos is able to sell out these arenas and stadiums in Australia. Imagine what him and Liam Parrow could do. That's the money fight. It's not going to be there once Hitchins is done with Kambosos. So I think it's a waste for Kambosos to turn around quickly, fight Hitchins in June. Like, it's just a waste of time, if I'm being real. And Kambosos is just wasting other opportunities for himself as well by taking a shot. Fight Liam Parra. If you win that, then yeah, fair enough. Take the opportunity. But Liam Parra would beat George Kambosos at the end of the day. He would. Yeah, I think the whole thing's a real shame. Or do Matias versus Kambosos and let Hitchins unify the belts. But again, Matias would absolutely starch out George Kambosos. And even though I've criticized Matias a few times before, I still think he absolutely wrecks Kambosos in a matter of 5 rounds, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, yeah, it's just frustrating. It really is a frustrating situation that we're seeing Kambosos this high up in the rankings. I think it's embarrassing. It's just not a good look for boxing overall, in my opinion. I mean, a 4th title shot for George Kambosos. I mean, after coming off 3 back-to-back title losses. I mean, what are we doing here? Why are we even in this situation right now? Why is Kambosos getting these opportunities? It's not like he's a massive name overall anyway. Like in America, I don't really think anyone knows him too well. He's had the odd fight against Lee Shelby over here in the UK. But again, he's not exactly a big name over here in the UK anyway either. Kambosos has got a good fan base in Australia. That is it. Other than that, he's not exactly a massive name. He's not a big pay-per-view star who it makes sense to keep giving these shots. He's not that at all. He has not got the star power. He's not got the style. And he's not got the resume. It's as simple as that. Why is he getting these opportunities? I mean, it's questionable. I don't know. I just think everything's strange. I mean, Adam Azim would beat George Kambosos. Honestly, I just don't get it. I mean, Adam Azim will beat him. Jack Catterall beats him. Barboza beats him. Tio will beat him in a rematch. Tio beats him 9 times out of 10 anyway. I mean, what are we doing in this situation right now? I think it's an absolute joke. But yeah, we're in it. Let's just wait and see what happens. But Hitchins and Kambosos, I know for a fact, will be a boring stylistic fight as well. There's just not going to be much action. But Hitchins will win.